And we're live. Taylor, if you could start, explain a little bit about Aquarian and what you do in the community.
Aquarian Clinic is a direct primary care practice. We started our practice in May of 2021. I've been working in medicine for 20 years. I noticed the gap in healthcare. Therefore, I decided to open a direct primary care clinic offering services to patients with direct access to me, eliminating barriers with insurance, not getting involved. And it's been amazing.
So how has Hucu helped you in that mission?
So I looked at a bunch of different electronic medical records as well as different platforms and software to be able to communicate with patients. And by using Hucu, it truly allowed me to have a streamlined, constant communication with my patients that most apps did not offer.
So you mentioned communicating with patients. How does that plug into what you do overall at Aquarian? What does that look like?
That's such a good question. So with direct access, direct care, since you pay a monthly fee for direct primary care, you have the constant access to your provider. So it's basically what I like to compare it to is like Messenger or any of the other apps we would use with our social media. However, it's HIPAA compliant, therefore it allows me to safely communicate with my patients throughout the day, all day, every day. It's pretty awesome.
Can you remember anything about how Hucu's helped you with certain patient examples? Obviously no names.
Yeah, no, of course. So, I mean, I could give you an example, 20 of them today, but for example, I had a patient that had an infection I diagnosed a couple of weeks ago. This is just an example from today. So he messaged me this morning and he said, "Hey, Taylor Ann, I'm actually still having symptoms despite finishing my antibiotics for treatment, and I'm afraid that I'm reinfected. Is there any way that you could see me today?" And I said, of course, it's not a problem. So sure enough, we had the patient in the clinic within a couple of hours. I already had the prescription refilled here at the clinic waiting for him, and it was truly a seamless process for the patient, and without Hucu, I wouldn't have been able to do that for him.
That's awesome. Taylor, if another business were to be watching this, how would you recommend Hucu to another business? How has it helped you structure yours?
Sorry, I almost interrupted you because I'm so excited about it. Yes, I recommend Hucu 100% to anybody that will listen to me, any business that is developing a practice, working on a practice. I can't say enough good things about Hucu. The ease of the app, the people behind the app, they are extremely supportive. They have been there with me every step of the way while I'm opening my practice. I could go on. How much time do you have?
How do you plan to implement Hucu as your practice grows?
So Hucu is actually a huge part of my practice. As my practice continues to grow, I will rely on Hucu to be able to continuously communicate with my patients as well as the other providers in my practice and the administrative staff that helps me out. Hucu truly bridges the gap between my patients, my practice, as well as the administrative staff that's helping me out.